Hello, welcome to the 10X Creator Podcast, where we help coaches, consultants, and course creators to scale their business, build authority, and create a monthly recurring revenue business without the hustle. What we do here is to inspire coaches and people who want to start their online business to lead by transformational thinking that drives impact and creates opportunities and grow your revenue without the traditional marketing methods that don't work. Today's guest in my show, I'm happy to introduce to you. She's Sunitha. She lives in the USA and originally from India. She is a pharmacist by profession, but she decided to start her own business as the NAPLEX coach. So I'm going to give her a few seconds to tell us about herself. Sunitha, tell us about yourself. You're a pharmacist by profession. Why did you decide to start a business as a NAPLEX coach? And what is NAPLEX coach for those who don't know what that means?
Thanks for the opportunity. So, NAPLEX is nothing but North American Pharmacist Licensure Examination, which is mandatory for all the pharmacy graduates that took their license as pharmacist in US. I am a foreign pharmacy graduate. I have done masters in pharmacy from India. When I came to US, I did all the exams. There are a couple of exams for the foreign pharmacy graduates. I did everything. When I want to start my career as a pharmacist, the first thing I had is how I am going to manage my family and work because family and work life balance was really hard. We have to do 1500 hours of pharmacist internship. When I was doing my internship, I can see that it's very hard for me to manage the family and work. And then I thought what I'm going to do after doing all these exams and internship hours. That's why I started teaching because I was teaching in India for 4 years in a college for the pharmacy graduates. I'm passionate in teaching. And the second thing is I can balance my family and work. I can sit at home and do through Zoom or in person. The third one is it gives me a lot of inner peace because it helps me to learn, get updates, and then it helps others also to learn. When my students say that they passed that exam, I'm very happy about it. So many people they thanked me saying that I am like an angel because what happens is the students mostly I coached was they tried all the other resources available in the market, like live courses, on demand courses, videos, flashcards, whatever the resources available, they purchased that, but still they could not pass the test. So they come to me at the last rescue. There is no way to do it because if they don't pass the test, they cannot work as a pharmacist.
Okay.
And they have lot of debts, educational loans to repay. My coaching is always one-on-one tutoring. It is not group because I want to focus on them, what they want exactly. When they passed, it was a great moment for me too.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You answered the question I was going to ask next, the pivotal moment from I'm not going to practice the career as a pharmacist, but I'm going to start training others and all that. I'll ask, what is the mindset that drove you? Because for a lot of people who might have a 9 to 5 job as an example, or they go to school and they're out, right? And maybe they want to start a business, whether it's part time or full time. What's the mindset that drove you? I know you had your family and other things that you have mentioned. What would you advise as a mindset that people need to feel comfortable enough to start their own business?
So why I started this is my son needs some attention. When he was like 2.5 years old, I wrote this test. I was studying with him, playing and taking care of him, no babysitter, no daycare, nothing. I was a full-time mom, and then when he sleeps, I will be studying. I didn't invest money on any courses. I just bought the regular book which is needed, and then I was reading word by word with the book. I made my own notes that helped me to understand things better. That's one thing because my son wants my attention. So I thought of sitting at home and doing that. The second thing is when I went for the internship and everything, I understood that I don't think I can do that. Working as a pharmacist in the pharmacy, standing there for 8 hours and then coming home and taking care of the family will be really hard for me, basically. I thought, what to do with the knowledge I have learned through the internship and hard work I did for the exams. I want to tell somebody, I want to educate, right? I want to help someone. Initially, when I started tutoring, I don't have any idea of how to do it because the India I taught in a college, that was a different situation. But now I have to start my own business. I don't know where to start and how to start. And then I just posted in a forum or the study group that I am ready to help somebody if he needs help. Initially, I didn't charge anything. I didn't charge any money from them. I just told them I want to help you because I took a training for me. Let me see whether I am able to help them. A couple of students passed, they didn't pay me anything. I told you don't want to pay me anything, just go for the exam. Because this exam we can do maximum of only 5 times.
Okay.
If you don't pass within 5 times, you have to take a course advised by the board.
Yeah.
Pharmacy board, and then only you are eligible to rewrite the test. People don't want to do that. They want to pass within the 5 attempts. They don't want to do the second or third attempt because the exam fees is expensive and they have to pay back the loans. They are emotional. They want to do it as early as possible. So I took a couple of students, and one student was the fifth attempt. She failed, and she used all the resources, but she could not pass. She doesn't know where she's making mistake. She approached me and she asked me, can you help me? It was a challenging situation for me too, because this is her last attempt. She has to pass. If she's not passing, her life will be in trouble. She has to take the course. I also just started tutoring. I am not a very good experienced tutor, but still I told I want to help you out. I know how hard it is, right? We both worked together for 6 months, and she passed the test and she's a pharmacist now. So that gave me a lot of confidence that I can help others, because if I can help that student who is struggling to pass in the last attempt, I can help anyone. I don't know, it's by God's will or something. They come to me after making second or third attempt. There is no fresh graduates coming to me for help.
Okay.
So I made one advertisement in a student forum that I am a tutor willing to help. And I charged a very less amount. One student said she needs help. So I tutored her and she passed. She spread the word to somebody else, and that's how it built. That is the only one thing I posted. After that, I did not post anything. That brought me a lot of students. Then when COVID hits, I can't do in-person tutoring because there were students coming to my home to study. I was using a whiteboard and teaching like physical whiteboard, somewhat like a class. Then I changed into Zoom because I want to do only online at that time. So many people were telling me, you have some clients now, you have some good reputation now. Why can't you start a course instead of doing one-on-one tutoring? Design a course like 3 months package and 6 months package. So I designed 3 months package and 6 months package, and I was able to get more clients. So far, around 60 students has passed with my coaching.
Wow, that's good.
And they are all successful pharmacists now in their own field.
That was good. Kudos to you. What I got from what you said was, firstly, you had some conditions that encourage you to start to see other pharmacists, and you decided, no, that I don't want to do this. And then you also had your son. So that was a driving force. When entrepreneurs or when people want to start a business, we're thinking about how much money we will make. But what I got from you was that wasn't your first call. It wasn't your first priority. Your first priority was, let me see if I can help someone with all this knowledge I've gathered and these tools I've been able to create while I was studying for my own program, right? If people want to connect with you, there might be two sets of audience: people who want to connect with you to coach them to pass the NAPLEX exam, or people who want you to show them how to start their own business, whether it's in pharmacy or as a NAPLEX coach or something else. Because I think you can draw from your experience and be able to help people even beyond just coaching people. I know that's your core, and probably you might not want to deviate from that, but you can still inspire someone and help someone who wants to start a coaching business. What do you think?
They can contact me through my website. I have a website for that. So it is saipharmacytutoring.com. They can connect me through that, or they can email me at Sunitha Siva at saipharmacytutoring.com. So
Okay.
I can guide them with the NAPLEX thing. I want to tell that I got an opportunity to work in India. They want to hire me as a coach to help students teaching NAPLEX as well as the exams. They hired me and they're offering the course in a reasonable price. I want to help them because it is giving back to what I learned from India. I want to do
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am working with them. They can contact me and then I can share the details of what they want.
Sounds good. Before we wrap up, what would you say to your listeners to inspire them? Your story is very inspiring. You came from India, you're living in the USA. By the way, what part of the US do you currently live, if you don't mind sharing?
I live in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, perfect. So now you're living in the US with your family, and you've been able to create impact by helping people who are struggling to pass the NAPLEX exam. And you've helped people, some people have done it 3, 4, 5 times, and then they come to you, you help them. And that has opened door for you for another educational body to contact you all the way from India and say, hey, can you help us with our program and become a coach? And in my own program, that's kind of what I teach people because I say you have to lead with a movement. What I mean by a movement is your mission, a vision that drives people, creates impact, and creates opportunities. Because sometimes we are so conscious about sales that we lose track of why we are entrepreneurs or why we decide to start a business. I know for some people, the reason they're starting a business is to make money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But beyond making money, one thing that helps people stand out or can help anyone stand out, in my opinion, and in the program I teach, is lead with a mission because that way the opportunity becomes greater than an exchange. It becomes a connection, it becomes a movement, and people naturally gravitate to someone who leads a movement. You have a movement, a mission to help people pass this exam that is giving people problems in one sitting. So that is awesome. If you have anything to say to the audience, just this is your opportunity to say to anyone who's listening to this. Feel free.
When I started my tutoring or coaching, it was not a positive input from my friends and my family
Oh,
because I'm not earning that much money as a pharmacist. My friends were like telling me like you have taken a wrong choice. But I want to go with what my gut feeling is telling, what I want to do because I have a passion and now my passion has turned into a purpose. I love to give back to the country where I got good basic learning of pharmacy. So that's how I'm working now with the academy in India. So always go with what your gut feeling says, go with your passion. Sometimes it may be a challenging situation, but for a long run, it will definitely help.
so if there's any pharmacist now who is trying to pass the NAPLEX exam, what tips, strategy would you give to them even before they contact you and say, hey, can you help me? What tip would you give to them that can help them pass this exam?
The main thing is the positive mindset.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what they don't have because they are frustrated after trying so many attempts. I would always tell my students why you want to become a pharmacist. What is the purpose of becoming pharmacist?
Mhm.
Earning money or doing something, giving back to the community, serving the community. That mindset will make you to definitely achieve your goal. They have a lot of depths. I understand that. But still, if you have the mindset saying that I want to earn, but I want to do something useful to the community or serving the community. That mindset will definitely help them to achieve their goals.
Perfect. I love that. They always say mindset is everything, and I absolutely agree with you. A lot of times when I've achieved certain things, in the face of things that tells you it cannot be done, it's the mindset that changes the game, right? You can be talented, but sometimes mindset is going to trump any skill or talent that we have. So thank you again for coming, Sunitha. I'm going to leave her website address in the description of this podcast. Make sure you check out her work. Even if you're not a pharmacist, she's leaving her email address. Connect with her, reach out, ask her question, how she started and all that, and she's doing quite a great job. If you love this episode, make sure to share it with your fellow coaches or consultants or friends. And if you're ready to take your coaching business to the next level, head to 10xcreator.online. There you're going to find more episodes and you're going to have an opportunity to subscribe to my newsletter where I share tips to help anyone build their coaching business through transformational thinking to make impact and create opportunity. So thanks for listening. And remember, success isn't about just making sales. It's about creating impact and attracting new opportunities that can help you generate more revenue. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Sunitha, for being on the show.
Yeah.